I'm always trying to push tattooing into some new and exciting directions. That's why we're always on the lookout for innovative styles and projects. Welcome guys, we're here in South London for an exhibition that's happening this weekend. Now Cheyenne Tattoo Equipment have been asked to support it, so they've sent me down to come and check it out. We're not entirely sure what's going on this weekend, but we're going to find out. Let's go.
My name is Natalia. I am a London-based artist, born and raised in Mexico City. My work is about questioning our relationship to the self and specifically the meaning of being. How do I manifest in being?
I'm excited. Meeting another artist from the other side of the world who's going to be bringing her cultural tastes and experiences with her to interpret into this project. She's using tattooing as a medium, which of course is my forte. Our understanding of the project at this point is that Natalia will be tattooing a group of people as part of a ritual. She will start with a meditation session, followed by a musical performance that will continue into her freehand tattooing. She will be spontaneously moving from person to person to create her art as part of the exhibition.
The work is titled Santuario Tabula Rasa. Santuario is sanctuary in Spanish, and tabula rasa comes from the Latin sensation of a clean page, a new beginning. So when we speak about the kind of ceremonial aspect to what I call a sanctuary, a new space of encounter, and it's always a response to that person's energy body, to that person's manifestation of that moment. It's really authentic because there's no plan. A new space of encounter. We are coming into this ritual, which, yes, of course, has its roots in traditional Buddhism, in traditional Hinduism, and traditional Oriental traditions. At the beginning of everything is what you know, and I am a very deep meditator and deep believer of the spiritual process. That is where everything comes from, and if I want to create something authentic for myself, it always comes from that deep space where there is essentially nothing except for you and your breath. So I try to come from that space of authenticity since the beginning and carry it on throughout, creating a sanctuary, which is essentially a place where everybody feels safe.
In Buddhism, religion, or Oriental practices, they use rituals in pursuit of their spiritual aspirations. On arrival, my first impression was that I had stumbled across a satanic ritual. The robes, the hands, and the eerie music being played by the performers left a very discerning feeling. Hopefully, we can get out alive.
Why I'm doing this? I think the most authentic response to that would be that I'm healing. We're all healing continuously. The trace or the tattoo that creates the opening, the wound, and the place that we begin to heal from is a place where we are not identified. identify with the context of who I am as energy, or who I am behind the body.
I'm eager to see what artwork Natalia will produce after such escalation. Unfortunately, Natalia is not professionally trained in tattooing, and upon arrival, this was very apparent. The most striking thing that hit me was the fact that no machine or setup was wrapped. This is a huge no-no, and with the fact I'm under instruction not to disturb the ceremony, this left me in a very precarious position. The only reassurance I had is knowing that every single machine and setup is brand new from Cheyenne Tattoo Equipment. Otherwise, regardless of instruction, I would have stopped the ritual instantly. However, this was not my only concern. The loud acoustics of sound are moving and shaking the old building. Dust and grime are falling from the rafters, and you can see visibly the dust falling down and floating around the atmosphere and air. This is not sanitary in the slightest. It makes me worried for the healing process for each client. This, coupled with the fact that there is still vermin present in the environment, makes it obvious to me that this has been orchestrated with only the aesthetic in mind and not the health and safety of the client. Poor little bee. I've got to be honest, I'm a little disappointed at what I'm seeing here. The trend the last couple of years has been to get small tattoos across the face and body, almost like prison tattoos. What I'm witnessing here reminds me of that. In all honesty, I was expecting more when we walked in. Now, an artist like myself, I like to make things precise with my art, but I think the point of this style or genre of tattooing is that they aren't meant to look clean or exact. They are meant to look a little bit rough, imperfect, ratchet even. This is a new style that's gaining momentum and very popular with the younger generation. There is definitely a future for this kind of performance, but it needs to be done safely in a clean and sterile environment. As for the art, well, that's for you to decide.